You are going to need a highlighter today, so please have that note. All right, I'm not ready. So we are combining two lessons into one play. Under the assumption that this should not take, like we should be able to do these two lessons without any problems at all. So we are starting ratios, and I will let you know that next Thursday you have your test. But ratios itself is not something that is very hard. What makes this hard is when we get into rates and unit rates and that kind of thing. But just the basics of ratios should not be a problem for us. All right, so a ratio is a multiplicative comparison of two quantities which describe the same attributes. They can be written several ways. So we're essentially comparing two things, two units to something of something. You can write it in the word form. You can write it in the colon form, and you can write it in the fraction form. Fraction form is the one that we use the most, but it's also the one that confuses the most. The reason it confuses us is because we want to say it as a fraction. These are not fractions. These are ratios. The fraction bar here means 2. It does not mean fraction. Okay? And ratios can also be written in simplest terms or simplified. So 9 times out of 10, you are going to have to simplify your ratios just because that's how they go about giving you answer choices. All right. So I'm going to be honest with you. I feel attacked by this part of our paper because 98% of those faces that are not happy, I feel like I make in a day. So don't judge me. You are going to find the ratio of faces with teeth to no teeth. All right, so go through here and let's count how many of them are showing their teeth. So count how many show their teeth and raise their hand. All right, Claire. We have 9. Okay? And then I'm going to use the word 2. How many have no teeth showing? How many have no teeth showing? Sophia? 15. Okay, this one we are going to leave unsimplified just for purposes of being unsimplified. All right, the next one. How many of them have eyebrows? Bless you. How many of them have eyebrows? So count how many have eyebrows. Oakley? 10. All right, count how many total there are. Now with this one, this is what confused a couple of my students in my other classes. So total means even the ones we just found. So we're counting all of them no matter what. Okay? Kayla, 24. Now this time what did you forget? Here, where's it at? Okay. It's by your table. As long as you know where it's at, you're good. This time we are going to simplify 10 and 24. So what number goes into both 10
Can I see Kaden really fast?
Kaden?
Kaden.
Go. What number goes into 10 and 24? Baby, Kaden, get up and go see Miss Black.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't really look.
So what number goes into 10 and 24? What do you think, babe? 2. So you're going to divide by 2. So 10 divided by 2 is going to be 5. 24 divided by 2 is going to be what? 12. Okay? So that's essentially simplifying. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy, right? There's not, ratios are not a hard thing. All right, so now we're going to find the number of tongues. So how many of them have tongues that are sticking out? Jacob? 4. All right, how many total faces do we have? Should this number change from the last time we counted total faces? No, so it should be the same. All right, what number goes into both 4 and 24? Brenham, can we have a bigger number than 2? 4, okay? And we could have divided by 2, could we not? We could have divided, but then we would have had to simplify again, right? All right, so then we're going to divide by 4, so this becomes 1 to 6. All right, angry faces, aka Miss Skinny faces. How many do we have? Summer.
9.
Not 9. Not 9. Crazy faces are not angry faces, just so you know. I make both of those, but. Travis.
7.
Nope. Sophia.
7.
Nope.
5.
Charles.
9.
Nope.
The majority of the ones using the eyebrows.
The what?
The majority of the ones that using the eyebrows.
Kaden?
8.
Yes. So you have 8, and then 2 eyebrows. So we're looking for 8 or angry faces to eyebrow faces. 10. What can we simplify 8 and 10 by? Emma.
2.
Divided by 2, so we end up with 4 to 5. All right, you guys are doing the bottom 4 independently. Bottom 4. Stand up when you're done. All right, let's go ahead and go over these. So for big eyes to teeth, what did you have? Big eyes to teeth. Sophia,
I had 4 to 3.
4 to 3. What is your original one?
Oh, my original one? I'm simplifying.
Should be 12 to 9. Always have your original ratio. Always have that. So 12 to 9, then we're going to divide by 3 and get 4 to 3. All right. What about closed eyes to the ones with the tongues out? Oakley,
2 to 4.
2 to.
Divide by 2. You get 1.
All right. The next one, big eyes to angry faces. Summer,
12, 8, and then divide by 4, we get 3 to 2.
all right. And the last one, tiny eyes to no smile. Tiny eyes to no smile. Travis,
10 to 15. That's
No.
divided to 2.
not 10 to 15. It's 10 to. Easton,
20.
nope. Not 20. Peyton, 19. All right, the biggest thing that you guys need to understand with ratios, and this is why we struggle with them, is you have to put them in the correct order. You'll notice that we didn't change any of the orders. This 9 goes with the teeth face. This 15 goes with the no teeth face. So order matters. It is a huge thing. So when you write teeth to no teeth, we have 9 to 15. And then when you write no teeth to teeth, you have 15 to 9. Are those the same ratio? Are they the same ratio? They are not. So that is not the same. And I want you to put down here, which you're going to rewrite essentially, but I want you to write order matters. And then you're going to highlight it with whatever color you have. All right, and then obviously this sentence says the order in which a ratio is written is important to the meaning. All right, so you have number 1, in a lunchroom, there were 100 milk cartons at lunch. When lunch was over, 80 cartons of milk had been purchased. So 1A, it says, what is the ratio of milk cartons purchased to the total number of cartons? So we're looking for the ratio of milk cartons purchased to total number of milk cartons. So what is our ratio going to look like for this one? And do we have to do something first in order to find one of our parts? Sophia.
You would have to find what the ratio of the number of milk cartons purchased to the total number of milk cartons. You would put an 80 down.
So we don't have to do anything. We just have to write the ratio. So like, do I have to subtract or do I have to add or anything like that?
For B, you would have to subtract.
I'm not asking for B. I'm asking for A. Do I have to do anything other than just write the ratio? No, I don't. Because it's not requiring me to add anything. It's not requiring me to subtract anything. All right, Sophia. So what is my ratio?
80 to 100.
80 to 100. Please make sure you write it in the correct order. Do not write 100 to 80. Now, obviously, what can we do with 80 and 100? Violet, which is going to give us 4 to 5. So that is our ratio. All right, for B, it says what is the ratio of the number of milk cartons remaining to the number of milk cartons purchased. So again, we're finding the ratio, but this time we're finding the number of milk cartons remaining to the milk cartons purchased. So again, I'll ask, do we have to do anything before we write our ratio? Oakley,
Yes. We have to figure out how much remains. So you do on your
100 minus, what'd you say?
80.
80. And you end up with 20. So now, Oakley, what is my ratio?
20
And can I divide those, or simplify, sorry,
Yes.
by? And that will give me
1 to 4.
1 to 4. All right, questions about ratios. What do we think? Pretty easy,
Fractions.
very similar to fractions, very similar. All right, slide over. We are not going to do this top part just because we don't have the time. You're doing 3, 4, and 5 as a group. So you're working together with the people you're sitting with. Please make sure you annotate and you show your work. Okay? I'm going to set the timer for, I'll say 5 minutes. That should be about as long as we need. All right, go ahead.
Write up the number in the corner and like just Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we use
What is the ratio of the times with y and the last?
Value less than 2. Less than 2.
the answer is no, because here first, the less the wins
Less than 10.
I put in the order just
Yeah. Stand up when you guys are finished, please.
Zero, guys. I definitely think I'm going Absolutely going to get help. Take some away.
little box back there. You just gotta open it at the very back. Whoa.
No. I'm trying to wait for you to explain to us why that works.
All right, let's go ahead and go over these. So for number 3A, what is your ratio? 3A, what is your ratio? Emma.
5 to 7.
Okay. 3B, what is your ratio? Ian.
1 to 5.
Okay, what was your original to start with?
The original to start with was 3 to 15.
3 to 15. 3C.
15 to 7.
Okay. Number 4, what was your original ratio? Original ratio on this one. Peyton? Nope. Somebody come up with something different than 3 to 9? Claire? 2 to 10. 2 to 10. Because it's less than 2. 0 to 9. Less than 2. So you don't include 2, but you include 0 and 1. Okay, you gotta be careful with this one. When you simplify 2 to 10, you divide it by 2 and you get 1 to 5. So please make sure you have that one. All right, number 5. What do we have for number 5? What do we have for number 5? Oakley.
So it says that the ratio of triangles parts is 3 to 5 out of long. There are 3 parts and there are 5 triangles.
Yes, there are 3 hearts and 5 triangles. So the order is backwards. So please make sure you have this.
Have you seen him lately?
Yes, I know. Hold on a second. All right, guys, go ahead. Flip your paper over. Let me just write this. All right. It says ratios that are equivalent can be simplified to the same values / numbers. All right. So simplifying ratios are just like simplifying fractions. You're going to divide. So the factor or the multiplier, I have to sound that one out,
You and me both.
is what you're going to do to both numbers. So you're going to do the same thing to the top as the bottom, bottom to the top, just like, again, you're doing with fractions. So you have 2 to 5 here, and you end up with 8 to 20. What did you multiply 2 and 5 by? Guys, I'm over here. What did you multiply 2 and 5 by? River. 4. So you can write it this way, or you can write it this way. What you're doing as a group, you're doing number 1 through 3 and 4 through 6. 4, 5, and 6, you're going to write yes and explain why. Or you're going to write no and explain why. Okay? But again, you're doing these 6 problems as a group. Go ahead. I'll set my timer for 5 minutes.
What was the littlest, tiniest thing? Yeah.
The whole week of school except for my senior year.
I love bringing my kids to see all these little kids can see what happens after high school.
Hey guys, just so you know, I taught him when he was in 6th grade. If that lets you know how old I really am. I taught him when he was this big.
And for those of you who I have on my bus, this is my oldest son, but he is not my oldest child. He has an older sister. And this is his baby, my granddaughter, his
Little
baby.
She's very
She can
All
multiply.
right, now go back more.
Have you met any of us before? Because, I mean,
We are very similar. Oh, don't even give me that.
Sassy, just like mine.
some joy in high school said that about me.
So I just got, I'm putting it from here down and everything I know I have a picture. I was gonna say, that's the still picture of what. And even then, that's still probably 45, 50 feet, right?
Yes.
Or I have the occasion hearing my liar. I could.
And then we use 6
There's a,
So
that's just one leg.
the tire is about the same size as your car. A tire. Just a tire.
Those tires are older.
At that point, you could take them all at once. You wouldn't even have to choose. No discrimination or segregation. You could.
At least it would be 9.
Okay. Yep, it's about that time.
Yeah, I gotta finish it.
All right. Enjoy class, guys.
See you later.
And
All right, guys.
Can we keep the baby?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I got it.
All right, let's go ahead and.
Oh, okay, I have someone, so now I understand.
All right. So what's one of the two ratios you came up with for the first one? Daniel.
6 to 22.
Okay, what did you multiply it by?
I multiplied 3 to 11 by 2.
Okay, so multiplied it by 2, so you end up with 6 to 22. What was another one that you guys came up with? Because you had to come up with 2. So everybody should have 2 on here. If you didn't come up with 2, Oakley.
9 to 33.
Okay, so you multiplied by,
3.
oh, sorry, 33. All right, the next one, 18 to 12. What is one that we came up with? River.
36 to 24.
So you multiplied it by?
2.
All right. Did anybody simplify this one? Anybody divide? All right, Zoe, what did you come up with?
I got 6 to 4 because I
Divided
divided by 3.
by 3, so you ended up with 6 to 4. Perfect. All right, the next one. You have 6 to 10. What did we come up with? What's one? Ian.
1 was 12 to 20.
So you multiplied it by?
2.
All right, and then did anybody simplify this one? All right, Kaden, what'd you come up with?
3 to 5.
And you divided by?
2.
All right, so again, this is just practicing. So all of those are equivalent ratios. Now, for number 4, you have to write yes or no and explain why. Just very basic. So is 2 to 5 equivalent to 8 to 20?
Yes.
Don't call out, raise your hand. Lily, all right, what did you do? All right, so you multiply by 4. Please stop tapping your pencil. All right, the next one, 12 to 4 and 6 to 3. Yes or no, and why? What do you think? Travis?
No.
Okay, and why not?
Because if we did 12 divided by 2, which equals 6, but 4 divided by 2 does not equal 3, it equals 2.
Okay, so there's no way that you can multiply or divide this to make it. Okay, so can't multiply or divide to make it equal. All right. Number 6. Stand up if you said yes. What did you multiply by?
I thought it was just a fourth more on both of them.
Nope. This is a yes. You want to know why? Because you can multiply by 2.5. Promise. Check it out. Do it.
We can do that?
Why not?
I didn't think we could do that still.
Why not? I didn't say you couldn't multiply by a fraction or a decimal,
You never told me you could.
but I never told you you couldn't.
I thought it was like, I thought it was like either.
Did I ever say you couldn't use a decimal?
I thought it was like, no, I need one here.
All right. So please make sure. All right, bring it back in. Make sure that you change number 6 to yes, and the reason being is you can multiply by 2.5. All right, moving on to the next one. Audrey and Megan are decorating for a birthday party. Audrey hangs 4 streamers in the same amount of time that Megan hangs 6. So if Audrey hangs 12, how many streamers can Megan hang? Yes, we have a tape diagram. No, I don't care. I'm gonna be honest. So, starting with the original, we have 4 to 6, right? Well, we know how many Audrey hung altogether. She hung 12. So what do I multiply 4 by to get 12? Emma. So Emma, if I multiply the top by 3, what do I have to multiply the bottom? Okay, which gives me 18. All right, questions about that one? All right, slide up to number 7. if you would like to do the double number line, you are more than welcome to. I am not going to. Okay? I'm just gonna just answer this. So Sally's summer punch recipe is a combination of lemonade and fruit punch. Sally uses 3 cups of lemonade for every 4 cups of fruit punch. In order to make a batch for the 4th of July, Sally uses 21 cups of lemonade. We have to find out how many cups of fruit punch Sally used. So what is my original ratio? Because this is important. And this is where ratios really comes into play and showing that you truly understand them. So what is the original ratio? Easton,
3 to 4.
be more specific because it's going to be very important. So 3, what?
3
What?
cups of lemonade.
Okay, so 3 lemonade, and we're going to kind of abbreviate. So 4 what?
4 cups.
4 what?
4 cups of lemon.
Of what?
Lemon.
No.
Fruit punch.
Fruit punch. So we're just going to say FP. All right. The information that they gave us here is that Sally uses 21 cups of lemonade. So we know lemonade is going on the top because that's the same unit as the other side, right? So that's why you have to have a little bit of an abbreviation with what your numbers are representing. So now I say, well, how do I go from 3 to 21? So I'm going to multiply by 7. So Peyton, if I multiply by 7 on the top. And what is 4 times 7?
28.
So you have 28 cups of fruit punch. So that is how you solve a word problem with ratios and equivalent ratios. All right, you and yourself, no partners for this one, are doing, you have to pick 2 between 8, 9, 10, and 11. I don't care which 2 you do, but you have to pick 2. Okay? You're picking 2. Do that now.
We don't do them.
What?
We don't do them at the moment.
What?
We don't like solve them.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, like you're picking 2 to solve. Sorry. Bad direction. Make sure you annotate as well.
We don't know if that's an absolute truth.
All right. So for number 8, what did you get as your answer? What did you get, Oakley?
I got 20
20 gray
gray squares.
squares. All right, for 9, what did you get? Summer. 18 paid vacation hours. Number 10, what did you get? I noticed a few of you guys started this one and then you shied away from this one. All right, so be careful because you're going to see some that are a lot like this. Sit down and relax. I can see your hand is up. Lily, how did you solve it? Like, how'd you solve it? Because
I saw that there was 5 to 8, and that was like the old age and so I added them together plus 13, and then I divided 78 by 13, and I got 6. And then so I'm gonna each like one of the 18 and 6, so then I multiplied by that.
okay, so did you set it up as like ratios still though? All right, Daniel, you did yours without the ratios. So what did you do?
So I added 5 and 8 to get 13, and then I multiplied it by 6, which got taught me 78, and so then I went back and I realized that gold was 5, so I multiplied 5 times 6 to get 30.
Okay. And again, the reason why I asked both of them to explain is because one is using the equivalent ratios and one is just using the numbers from the equivalent ratios. Either way is fine. Remember, I'm showing you a strategy. So if the strategy doesn't work great for you, you can do the way Daniel did it. If it works great for you, do the way Lily did it. All right, last one, number 11. What do we get? Someone other than Oakley, because I saw a few people with this one. All right, Sophia.
What I did was I put 3 to 5 first, because after you read the problem, you realize that there's 3 out of 5 pieces.
That are what?
Red.
Okay.
And then I converted that to fraction, which is 3 over 5, so 3/5. And I multiplied that by 6, so it makes the denominator 30, which you have to multiply what you multiply the denominator by, and you can multiply the same number by the numerator, so that gives you 18 over 30.
I have a question. Can you read that last sentence for me?
How many pieces are left?
You just found the ratio or equivalent ratios of pieces that are white or red. So, but your process is fantastic. It's exactly what you're supposed to do, except for you have to be careful, right? Do you think they did that on purpose?
Yes.
Yes, they did. So the ratio that you're supposed to have is what, Oakley? 2 to 5. But everything else you did was perfect. Yes, you set it equal to 30 because that is your total. And you end up with how many, Oakley? 12 what?
12 over 30.
No, you just end up with...
12 to 30.
Did anybody else do that? I'm pretty sure someone just died. You end up with 12 black pieces. All right, glue this in, and then we're going to talk about your homework real quick. Just please complain to me and tell me it's not, because I don't know. I don't have a child who also wants to go trick-or-treat. So please do me a huge favor and don't complain, because I will change the policy of your homework. Just glue this in and stand up to show me you're ready. Why are we talking? What were my directions? Glue it in, stand up. Yes. Well, we'll see. You might like it, you might not. You might pick math over what the homework is actually going to be. So we'll see.
Does it have something to do with our candy?
Possibly.
Have to count all our candy.
No, but that's a good idea. I didn't even think about
We
that.
have to give you half the ratio of actually. We have to give you half the ratio. We have to give you half the candy.
Yeah, next year I won't have to do that.
Guys, hush.
Because I do that every week.
All right. Please make sure that you title the next blank left page ratio/equivalent ratios homework and get this sheet out. The one that I pass out to everybody. Now, all those times that you called me mean and you said I have no heart and you said that I'm just like the worst teacher because I yell at you guys and I expect a lot from you guys and I want great things for you guys, but I'm tough on you. Remember today. Remember. 1, you can either do all the problems on this page or you can bring me in a piece of candy tomorrow. But there's a stipend. You have to give me an equivalent ratio of the number of problems you have on this page to the pieces of candy you're going to give me. No, I'm just kidding. Your homework is due on Friday. So this is due on Friday. You do not have to give me any candy. One? I'll take one piece of candy, just as long as it's not coconut. I don't do coconut. I can't do that. 'Cause I gave all the other classes. It's due on Friday. Yours is due tomorrow. All the other classes are due tomorrow. You guys have till Friday.
I have about, do you like Smarties?
Yeah.
I get like 5